Live from White House lanes, it's Bowling with Biden.
It's go time!
This man's going to win a lot of political offices.
Now, here's your Bowling with Biden host, Mark Thompson.
Why, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here for Bowling with Biden, and I will tell you that I know most of you are thinking, Biden? Why are we still talking about Biden? Biden's irrelevant. He's not running for president anymore. Well, Biden's done a lot during his administration. You may come to that notion grudgingly if you are an anti-Biden person, but I think his administration was quite successful in many ways. However, and that's what this story is about, and it comes out of the world of Politico. They did a nice job on this. The agendas on labor, climate change, corporate greed, the Supreme Court may completely gut all of the gains in these areas. And Kamala Harris may not matter, even if she were to win. This is the power of the Supreme Court. We've surrendered so much power to this corrupt court that they are able to influence policy in America in ways that they never were before. And it's the inability of Congress to do anything. And I've made this point, as you know, for years, that slowly the courts are the ways in which the policy and law is being laid down, because legislation regarding the law and regarding public policy, legislation isn't getting passed. So they suggest that Supreme Court rulings this summer, which point to freezing a lot of the regulations that were imposed during the Biden administration, they will essentially undo or prevent from coming into effect a lot of the things that Biden had put into effect as policy. In Texas, a federal judge blocked Biden's ban on the non-compete agreements for workers. In Mississippi, a judge there stopped his discrimination protections in health care for transgender people. An Ohio-based appeals court temporarily put a stop to preventing internet companies from throttling service. You'll remember these are all things that have, yeah, exactly. Biden appointees have spent years writing rules to crack down on credit card late fees, requiring airlines to fork over cash and refunds, also making millions of people now eligible for overtime pay, also reining in polluting industries. All of these things have happened through the years and under the Biden administration. But the future of these policies, along with whatever else Biden wants to get done on student debt relief and artificial intelligence, this kind of thing, they really are threatened by this Supreme Court and by the court system generally, which has been, I'd suggest to you, taken over in significant ways by, quote, conservative judges who really have on the agenda to undo a lot of this. They're wildly business and corporate friendly. What's that, Kim?
Which may be why President Biden is looking at what's happening, where every time he tries to do something, the courts get involved. And now he's looking at apparently shaking up the Supreme Court, right? I mean, this is what he's thinking about, making some changes.
Well, you'd love to see an expansion of the Supreme Court. I would. And I've been saying that for a long time. And David K. Johnson, who joins us in the second hour, he's been saying it for a long time. But it's not something that Biden can do out of personal fiat. He would need Congress to do it. Now, you can do it. You suspend the filibuster, and you could actually potentially do it. You can't do it now because you have divided Congress.
Can't he do anything? He's immune now from anything he did in office.
Well, in the movie, after the immunity decision, he then arrests Clarence Thomas and Alito.
Is that what it is? Yes.
Yeah, I think in the movie that's the way it goes down, but It doesn't do that in real life. Anyway, I'll just wrap up quickly because of I've got now Anthony is waiting. So again, I point to the Chevron deference case. That was huge. Essentially, what they've done is they've undercut government's ability to actually regulate many of these industries, corporate polluters, consumer protections being undone, all of that because of their decisions on Chevron, a 40-year precedent, they undone the same way they undid the wildly popular precedent that Roe set for women's reproductive freedoms. So last thing I would say is watch the courts, because the courts are the way in which policy is blunted regardless of who the president is. That's your Bowling with Biden for today.
That's all for this edition.
There's your new later.
But join us again next time for Bowling with Biden.
Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.